Thank you so much for participating and coming up and trying everything. If you're just joining us right now, my name is McLaughlin. I'm here from CCS. Earlier we talked about the basics of setup of the Smart Notebook and Smart actual solution. We also have the maintenance and orientation setup that we completed, and we also went through the notebook software tools and some of the functions and features that you can find within that software. I'm going to take you outside of the notebook software now, and I'm going to minimize on my notebook and talk about the next software that comes with the new download, which is the Smart Ink Document Viewer. This viewer is for you to open PDFs and image files with, and I'm going to show you an example. I have my PDFs here. You can either drag and drop your PDF on top of the actual Smart Ink Document Viewer icon, and it will launch in the appropriate viewer. And you can know it's the right one because you see that in the top left corner it says Smart Ink Document Viewer. Now, this allows me to pick up a pen or access the pen from our floating toolbar, and I can write on the actual PDF, which isn't anything new because Adobe allows you to do that as well. But what is different and better with this application is that if I need to resize and zoom in on this PDF, all of my annotations now stay with the document. Before, it's like a two-layer effect. If I were to open this normally in Adobe, it wouldn't stay with the document, and that's not good. So this allows me to write on top of the document, have that capability of zooming, scrolling, and everything stays with the document. I can save this afterwards, and it gives me that nice, clean, flexible flow from document to pen mode and back and forth. Now, if you don't like the drag and drop concept to open up a PDF on top of the Smart Ink Document Viewer, that's okay. We have a right-click option on our pen tray. So if you select that, you get a memo in the bottom right corner of your smartboard that says the next time you press the smartboard, when you touch that surface, I'm going to get now a right-click menu. So now I can say Open With, and then Smart Ink Document Viewer, and that application will now open in the proper viewer. So remember, the Smart Ink Document Viewer is good to open PDF files and image files, allowing you to annotate over top of them, and everything then stays together with that document. Now I want to move into talking about the floating toolbar. This little guy has a grip pad that you can move. I know some of you are looking surprised, and that's okay. You know, that's good. It's something new. You can actually move that floating toolbar. A lot of people don't realize that. But it defaults to the left. You can move it to the right, up high, down low. You can even make them disappear and then reappear whenever you're needed, whenever you need a new tool. So now, this floating toolbar, I just moved in the center so it was easier to see. And now I can select the bottom option, which is a transparent gear. And when I do so, it allows me to launch an additional tool menu. If I want the screen shade outside of the notebook software on the internet or PDF or PowerPoint, I can now have that capability. So, for example, when I'm done, make sure I say I'm done because none of these tools will work until you say you're done. So now if I go to the internet and I want to select the screen shade, it launches that screen shade, and now I can slowly reveal from either side and say, I don't need you to look over here right now. This is where our focus needs to be. So you have that capability outside the notebook to apply that feature. X out when you're done. The double arrows will then move it to one side of the board. And then if I want everything to then go away, so I'm going to minimize this so you can see on the board, that floating toolbar. If you're not using it right now, you don't need to have access to it at the moment. In your notification area, your smartboard icon, which is your blue box and your white lifesaver, you can select that and choose to hide floating tools. When I hit this, it now takes away that floating toolbar menu. If I want it to reappear, go to the same notification area and the same smartboard icon, that blue box and the white lifesaver, and now show floating tools, and now they'll reappear where you last left them. The defaults on the floating toolbar include your home base, which is your cursor, your mouse, 2 pen colors, a highlighter, an eraser, a right-click shortcut, the notebook shortcut, and then your on-screen keyboard. Your on-screen keyboard, when I launch that, looks like this. I can move that keyboard by grabbing it in that top panel with my finger, which remember is my mouse. And if I want to launch, say I have my notebook open, let's add a new page so that you can see better what I'm going to do. You just want to tap wherever you want then that text to start appearing. Notice this whole time I have not touched my computer once. I have done every function, feature, presentation tool up here at the board with my fingertips. And that's really utilizing the full potential of this smartboard solution. So take advantage of all the features that are built in and just practice. X out when you're done. And now this is a movable object. So remember, when you tap it, the white handle allows for resizing, the green allows for rotation, and then that drop-down menu in the top right corner has a whole list of other options for you to explore. Okay. Now, at this time, I'm going to go to the internet where we're going to talk about the Smart Exchange. The Smart Exchange is where you can download for free already made content, lessons, PDFs, widgets, manipulatives, games. These are content pieces that Smart and other educators have already created for you to use and be successful with this solution. You want to go to exchange.smarttech.com, and I'll show you a couple other ways to get here. When you type in Google, just Smart Exchange, it'll come up. But the URL address, exchange.smarttech.com, they don't share a T. There's 2 T's, so it's SMART-TECH. Here is the home page, and the first thing you want to do is join for free. So everyone, you go and join for free. It's just an email address, so it could be your school or personal, and a password to associate with that. It's just a way that Smart keeps track of the end users and making sure that the educators are utilizing the free resources they're providing. Once you do that and you verify it within your email account, you'll then sign in from that point on, and now you have full capability of downloading all of your content that you find, anything that you see you want to edit and use later on. So you have all capabilities of looking at everything. So for example, if I click Science, it's going to launch the science options, and once that happens, I have capabilities of going through different topics. So for example, if I just want to click on a piece of content, it's going to load that content and allow me to preview different steps. And so making sure that I'm on a cursor mode, let's see, I'm on mode so I can scroll. Okay, so one time I'm going to the computer. So I have that capability of scrolling. So if I want to preview something very quickly, you'll see that the games are up top. So Jeopardy, Monopoly, you have Family Feud, Classroom Feud, Connect 4, so many different things. And those are just tips of the iceberg that then you can spark maybe an idea and create something yourself. You also have when you scroll, you have opportunities to select something. And then this little thumbnail view, this little right here, you have a tab. It allows you to flip through to the next page. And it allows you to then see, is this something that I want to use in the classroom? Say you really like page 4 of 8. Great. Download it, save that page, delete everything else. You could do that. Once you download it, you can manipulate, edit, change things, teach just as it is. It's up to you. Now, this is simply just a website. This is something that anybody can access. But as far as going home and looking at this, say you don't have the full notebook software on your home computer. That's okay. You want to then open this content in the Notebook Express. This Notebook Express allows you to then view the content, move, manipulate it, and see if it's something you actually want to bring and save to the classroom later on. Now, you can save it on a flash drive. You can use it by saving it to maybe your server. So if you have access at home to like the My Documents section, you could email it to yourself, but be careful of the file size. But this allows the flexibility of anybody having the capability of accessing the content at home, away from school, so you can still plan, create, and prepare what you're going to teach. Now, when you are done with this section, you have other options in the top of this screen. So you have training and community tabs. And like I said, if something you see on here sparks an idea for you to create something, you can share a resource as well. You also have a narrow results search that you can then decide, I just want to look at lessons, or I just want to look at manipulatives. Because just under science alone, there's over 12,000 items. So that's a lot. Now, if you want to just go and focus on notebook lessons in that science category, you can then narrow that down to close to 4,000 things. Still a lot, but 4,000 is better than 12,000 when you're trying to narrow something down. Also, when you are on your home page, so when you are on the Smart Exchange, you can search by subject, grade, file type, or standards. So you can really also then narrow down and really pinpoint what you're trying to look for in an easier fashion. Okay, so this is the Smart Exchange. Now I'm going to go back to the notebook. So I have my notebook minimized. And when I am in my notebook, the second tab is a little picture frame. This is your gallery. The gallery also has a shortcut for the Smart Exchange, and it gives you that hyperlink right here. So if you forget what the URL address is, or you forget what it's called, that's okay. As long as you know how to access the notebook software and you have that gallery open, you're going to see the Smart Exchange link right there for you. You also have a shortcut to the Smart Exchange in your toolbar. So it's a blue box and a white X with a little dot above it. I say it's like a little white man. He's excited because you should be excited when you go to this page. There's so much content on here, and it's constantly being updated. So check back frequently if you don't find exactly what you're looking for. But that's another shortcut to get you to that Smart Exchange, which is that database I mentioned earlier and just showed you of where you can download for free already made lessons, manipulatives, and extra PDFs that you may need to use. Now, talking about the gallery, remember it's that second tab, if you're looking on your computers, second tab down, and when you launch that, when you select that, it's a little picture frame, you have Gallery Essentials, which then shows you have over 5,000 pictures already in your notebook. So you get this already, you have this. So I can just drag and drop that content out. Very easy. You also have interactive multimedia options. So you have already connected sound files to pictures. You also have manipulatives, you have timers, spinners, interactive dice. So much to look through, but just know that you have this already. This is content that comes with the notebook software, and that's why the notebook software is so popular, it's so successful, and it's so sought after because of how much it provides. Then you have notebook files and pages, which allows you to add backgrounds. And then you also have specific themes. So you have the backgrounds and themes every holiday, every occasion, every season. And you also have capabilities adding graph paper. One of my personal favorites is if I add a new page, the lined paper. So if I want to pick up a pen and have the students write their answers nice and neatly up here, they can do so with that background, and I don't have to worry about then moving that paper because it is a background. So then you have lined paper as well. So if you want it nice and big, then you have big options so that you can have them practice their handwriting or the letters. You also have then the college ruled lined paper as well. So many options here. And remember, you're not limited to just the content here. You have that Smart Exchange database to access. Now, when I click on Gallery Essentials in the gallery, it breaks things down by subject. So I can go through, and if I want to go directly to math, or history, or English, the arts, whatever it may be, then they have subfolders within that subject folder that I can explore. Then you have the Lesson Activity Toolkit, which gives you folders of activities, examples, games, and other templates that you can then go and graphic organizers, things like that that are here. And then you have a My Content folder. It's the first folder with a red star on it, and that's crucial because that's for you, okay? So your computer that you have that capability of saving content that you create or find and put it right there